What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Ross Reviews, where today we are going to be doing something a little bit more fun on the channel. And yeah, we are going to go through my kind of the top 5 ugliest cars in my opinion. Now let's go straight into this video. Look, top 5 ugliest cars in no particular order, but let's just start off with a real winner here. This is one that's actually familiar for me, being grown up in North America, because this is a Chevy SSR. And oh my goodness, this is so hilarious. Actually, when I was looking up the facts about this car, I actually started to have a massive chuckle, because this is a Ute, essentially. This is a Chevy, early 2000s attempt at a Ute that just completely, absolutely and utterly failed. Look, this thing launched from 2003 to 2006. It was the SSR, and this thing stood for Super Sport Roadster. Just let that sink in. Because this thing is like a convertible retro Ute that just does not work in any sense of the way. Look, this was obviously meant to replicate the 1951 Chevy pickup. And, when you look at these things side by side, you can see where they got the looks from, but it just does not work. They did not modernize this in a good way. The real interesting thing here, though, that I started to see was the later on versions. Okay, so early models got a 5.3 liter V8. These things were V8, rear wheel drive. The later models, though, this is where it really gets interesting. 2005 to 2006, this is the VY, VZ era, and this had an LS2 V8. Had an LS2. This thing made, where is it? It made 300 kilowatts, this thing made. 400 horsepower from factory, guys. That is impressive. And it was actually 0 to 100. It was claimed in 5.3 seconds. 5.3 seconds is bloody impressive, actually. And this actually had the same T56 6-speed manual, or you could have got it in the 4-speed auto, the exact same as the Holden. Jesus, this is a crappy version of a VZU. And you know me, I love the VZ. It's my favorite Holden of all time. And this is essentially a bloody VZ with a really crappy attempt at a 1951, modernized bloody Ute here. But just, it's staggering, the figures, like rear wheel drive, LS2, T56 manual, 5 seconds, 0 to 100. Like, that is bloody impressive, man. Now, only 24,000 of these things were ever made due to poor sales, and no wonder why. Literally all they had to do was bring the VZ here, and they would have sold like bloody hotcakes. What the hell is wrong with you, GM? Like, far out. Now, let's go ahead and watch the commercials. So we're going to go through the commercials for each one of these cars as well. So, yeah, let's just pull that up now. Okay, a bunch of kids with soap in their mouth. This is such a typical of, early 2000s advertising. Oh, look at this thing. It is freaking hideous, man.
Holy shit.
The new Chevrolets, an American revolution.
Holy shit is right, mate. This thing is fucking ugly. Oh my God. Imagine if this thing had have come to Australia, man. People would have gone, mate, sort your shit out. What the fuck is this? Anyways, let's get on to the next one. Now, the next one on the list here is another North American kind of exclusive model. I do believe we did get this car as well here in Australia. I have seen a couple of them on the roads. Not extremely popular though. This is an Infiniti QX56. Now, look, this thing was launched in 2004, carried up until about 2013. They still have the QX80, which is very similar, and that's still being made today, though thankfully they have redesigned it and it looks a million times better. But it's just so odd because I actually do like 99% of Infiniti's cars. You know, Infiniti's is like a pretty nice brand. And, you know, if you look at the FX models, they can look absolutely mental. Like, they really look very, very cool. Yeah, this one is absolutely disgusting. Like, just look at the front end. It just looks all out of proportions. It really does look like it's like a hippopotamus or like an elephant. Just, oh, oof. I don't know. Let me guys know what you guys think of this thing. But let's run the advert.
I had the best summer ever.
All right, so
We went to the desert.
look at this thing. It's almost like they tried to do a Land Cruiser and just made it
It was awesome.
yuck. Like,
Then
you can see that kind of general size and proportion of a Land Cruiser, but it's just
I got pretty
oof.
good.
The memories we share today
The
become
front end.
magical.
The front end. It's just the grill
Luxurious
and the
Infiniti
lights.
QX. Life is
It
grand.
just looks
Live
like it's
accordingly.
retarded.
Infiniti inspired performance.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I just cannot vibe with that car. Moving on. Now, this one is a Aussie model, and I'm sure you guys can guess what this is, but yeah, I'm just going off the stock stuff. Now, I'll appreciate some of these cars can look good when they're done up, but this is the AU Forte. And look, I don't care what you guys say, this thing is absolutely hideous. The car itself is absolutely the car itself was miles ahead in terms of its actual engineering was rock solid. It's a great car. But the looks are absolutely terrible, especially on the Forte. I love the Tickford models. I love the TE, TS50s. They look absolutely shit hot. So, you know, you can make an AU look really, really good with like a couple of nice, you know, nice wheels, a body kit. It can look very, very good. But from factory, the Forte, Ford f***ed up, man. Like, Ford f***ed up big time. This thing was just wrong in so many ways. You know, the 15-inch wheels, I believe it had, the huge gap, you know, like, it in the wheel arches, like, the front end, like, it just looked gross. And even on the inside, like, they just used cheap plastic everywhere, and everything was gray and like that kind of really cheap, you know, material. Again, the car itself is really good. You can still see them out on the roads. They're kicking over 1,000,000 Ks. Those bloody Intech 6s, mate, like, they were all right. You know, you could even have gone, I don't know about the Forte, but you could have got these in Windsor V8s and stuff, which were epic as well. But yeah, just look, that base model with just those freaking headlights in the grill, man. Like, everyone, you guys know it. Even people who love that car, you know it because Ford messed up with that car. Look, this thing came out in 1998 till 2002, so we only had 4 years of it, thankfully. No, I kid. Again, I like them, but I don't like the looks of the base one. So let's go ahead and watch the advert. There are quite a few adverts for this, so I might play a couple. Let's just see here. AU Falcon ad, wind tunnel. Let's see this one. Oh, we're out on a racetrack. Man, that thing just looks, it just looks bad. This is like super lame advertising, like, you know, late 90s, corny flash effects. It's pretty impressive that they were on about, you know, the whole greenies stuff back then, like the greenest Falcon ever. Like, that's pretty impressive back then. I guess Ford was onto it in that era, planet. Oh, they're in a wind tunnel, mate. Oh, you got 200 horsepower, bro. Don't worry about it. And again, inside is just, it's not the best. I do want to review one though. If anyone has a nice one, I would like to review one. Yes, they had very good suspension. And again, the engineering in this thing was legit. It was really good. Ford, live it. I like that. I like the ending. That's the best part. Okay, I got one other commercial I want to play for you guys. This is the Ute, and it's the XR8. So this is an AU XR8. So these had the different headlights. These had the quad headlights. But yeah, let's have a look at this one. This one looks a little bit better, especially in the Ute. I found these always looked a bit better. Oh, I love this ad. This is so funny. Doing a land speed record. Look at that thing.
Must be stuck in third.
Stuck in third, mate. The cheers. You gotta love it. You gotta love advertisements like that. Like, that's how you sell cars, people. Ford, like, see how Ford played that? Like, that's where they did the saving grace with the V8. You know, the Windsor, the Ute. The Ute actually looks pretty good in the AU. I actually like the Ute a lot more. And yeah, man, that is how you sell bloody XR8s. Advertisements like that is just spot on. I love it. Now, next up on the list, we have none other than the SsangYong Corando. Now, this is the second generation specifically I am talking about. And look, this actually holds the title for SsangYong's longest held nameplate. So I think this is actually still in production today. They've had it all the way since like the early 80s. The one I'm speaking of is the second generation, and it was built between 1996 and 2006. So we got a 10-year lifespan there. And this thing is absolutely putrid. You know, you just look at this thing, and it is just like, what the hell? It's like a Jeep that is just being put on acid and like went through the washing machine. I don't know, like the whole front end is like super elongated and pointified. It's a 3-door like little Jeep thing that is just absolutely hideous. Yeah, and you know, look, when you see where this thing was built, so it's obviously a Korean car, but they say here in Wikipedia that this thing was built in obviously South Korea, Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam as well. Taganrog, okay, I'm not going to pronounce that. It's somewhere in Russia. Of course, this looks like it would be in Russia. This has got Russian all over it. Poland, Iran, yeah. I could see that's where the main people would take this thing. You know, this is like a bloody communist car from like, it's just, I mean, look at this thing. You know, obviously South Korea is not communist, but it's around a lot of communist places. Far out. That is just hilarious, though. Like, look at this thing, and it's in this like real pukey green color too. The one I'm looking at, this picture. Yeah. Now let's check out this commercial of Corando, sorry. Let's have a look here. This is in like Korean, I'm assuming. Corando.
자연주의 본격 레저카 쌍용 자동차.
Nope. No. Hey, I don't know what to say, but hey, Corando. That's just how that's marketing 101, isn't it? It's just like put it on the screen and just keep saying the name. Like it's just driving down a field, Corando. Like just brainwash you, buy a Corando. All right, now the best for last. This has got to be the ugliest car I can think of. You know, just off the top of my head, it's absolutely putrid. You guys would have probably have seen this thing at one point in your life or another, unfortunately. This is none other than the Fiat Multipla. Yes, this is absolutely astonishing that this even is a thing. You know, look, this thing was launched in 1998, and it didn't stop until 2010. 2010. 12 years of Multiplas. Are you kidding me? How the hell does this thing sell enough to justify it being built again and again and again for 12 years? I do not know. Look, this thing is built in Italy. It's a Fiat. And look, how many Italian beautiful cars, you know, like everyone assumes Italy makes some of the most beautiful, you know, everything, you know, like the architecture and the cars and, you know, the scenery, the wine. And then they've got the Multipla. Like, what the hell, man? This thing won Car of the Year by Top Gear in the year 2000. Come on! How the... There is no bloody way Jeremy Clarkson would have said this is the freaking car of the year. That is, I am calling bullshit on that fact. Or that's got to be like some editors that they have working under Top Gear, because that is bullshit. Also won Ugliest Car of the Year by Top Gear. So, okay, I can see that one 100%. Look, and then it was voted in Top Gear's magazine as Family Car of the Year 4 years in a row, 2001 and 2004. What? I'm going to get me a review done on one of these, obviously, because am I missing something? Am I missing something? Look, the engine was updated throughout its run, but was always an inline 4 that made between like 100 and 120 horsepower. Look, they did have a facelift of the Multipla, which I think somewhat helped it, and that was in 2004. So yeah, from 2004 to 2010, it did get a little bit of a facelift. But come on, guys, like 3 seats in the front, 3 seats in the back, and this is supposed to be some freaking magical invention that has changed the game. Mate, they've been doing that since the bloody cars first existed, man. Go back to the 50s. They're all bloody bench seats that you could fit bloody a whole family in them, man. Like, what? This is retarded. Let's roll the commercial anyways.
Michael, that's
And
impossible.
we are in
I
a
saw it.
restaurant.
How long did you say it was?
1, 2, 3, 4. Up to here.
It's a car.
You were saying, is this high?
MPV.
Yeah, like this is so
It's more like,
what would
it's
happen in a
expensive.
restaurant. Like, I absolutely hate ads like this.
3 in the front and 3
Oh my god, 3 seats in the row and 3 seats in the back! Hold, freaking start the bloody car, Mary. This is f***ing new technology.
Multipla Fiat.
Look at that
Mooi
thing.
Dat er uitzonderingen zijn.
That is just it's hideous. No one would buy this. What the hell? It must have been dirt cheap. Like, I gotta look up how much this thing costs. I'm gonna flash it on the screen right now. Like, that is seriously the only way this thing could have survived. Now, let's run the facelifted commercial so we can get this done with. Okay, some people are running away from the cops. Looks like they escaped jail. Oh, here we go. The 3 suit. The facelift didn't help. I'll tell you that right now. I can see the car. It's bloody hideous. Okay, this is so Italian. This is like exactly how the Italians would make a car ad. 3 sexy police women are in the back, and they start rubbing down the convicts, and they're in the 3x3 Multipla. Three up front and 3 behind, and what is that? Some kind of reference Fiat? Like, what the hell is going on here, man? Like, this is. Oh my goodness. Shit. Leave it to the Italians, man, to make an advert like that. That is freaking retarded. Wow. Yeah, there you go, guys. Like, I love how most of these cars as well were from like the late 90s, early 2000s, because they just really did go all out. So many manufacturers just made, they put their hand in the hat and just picked out random shit and were like, yeah, let's just do that. Let's just do that shit, see what happens, because we can. Yeah, so I don't know. I love that era though. Look, some of those cars I actually wouldn't mind driving and reviewing, but my goodness, they were all ugly. I'll tell you that much. So I want to hear your comments. Leave the comment down below. Which is the ugliest one by far? I want to know. If there are any cool facts I missed out about these cars, let me know in the comments below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think we could do something else like this. If you guys like this kind of content, you like this kind of review and video, hit that like button and comment down below. Let me know, because I think I might start doing these a little bit more often, and I think there could be like, let's go through some funny adverts from like, those 2000s, early 90s commercials, and just have a bit of a laugh. So anyways, guys, that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, and as always, everyone, if you're new here, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing. See you on the next one.